Welcome to History with Herodotus, where the boundaries of time and space converge to reveal the intricate tapestry of human experience. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the annals of European history as we delve into the captivating story of the unification of Germany. This pivotal moment in modern history, which would forever alter the continent's landscape, is a tale of vision, perseverance, and the unyielding pursuit of national identity. In the early 19th century, the German people found themselves fragmented, divided among a myriad of kingdoms, principalities, and city-states, each with its own distinct culture and history. The legacy of the Holy Roman Empire, once a mighty and unified force, had given way to a complex web of alliances and rivalries, leaving Germany vulnerable to the whims of its powerful neighbors. It was amidst this backdrop of disunity and foreign domination that the seeds of unification were sown. One of the key figures in this formative period was Johann Gottlieb Fichte, a German philosopher who, in the late 18th century, began to articulate a vision of a unified Germany, founded upon a shared sense of national identity and purpose. Fichte's ideas, as expressed in his famous Addresses to the German Nation, resonated deeply with many Germans who felt an intense longing for self-determination and autonomy. His call to action, which emphasized the importance of language, culture, and education in forging a unified nation, helped to galvanize a growing sense of nationalism among the German people. As the 19th century progressed, this nascent nationalist sentiment continued to gain momentum, fueled by the writings of other influential thinkers such as Ernst Moritz Arndt and Heinrich von Treitschke. Their works, which often emphasize the need for Germans to transcend their regional differences and unite under a single banner, helped to create a sense of shared purpose and collective identity among the German people. Meanwhile, the Congress of Vienna, held in 1815, had redrawn the map of Europe, establishing the German Confederation, a loose association of states that, while providing a semblance of unity, ultimately proved ineffective in promoting genuine cooperation or coordination among its member states. The Confederation's weaknesses, particularly its inability to provide a unified defense against external threats, would later become a major catalyst for the unification movement. The year 1834 saw the introduction of the Zollverein, a customs union that aimed to facilitate economic cooperation and reduce trade barriers among the various German states. This innovative initiative, which was championed by the Prussian government, marked an important step towards greater economic integration and helped to lay the groundwork for future political unity. As we navigate the complex landscape of 19th century Germany, we find ourselves in the midst of a vibrant cultural and intellectual scene where thinkers like Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel and Friedrich List were actively engaged in debates about the nature of nationhood, the role of the state, and the importance of economic development. Their ideas, which often intersected with those of the nationalist movement, contributed to a rich and dynamic discourse that would eventually shape the course of German history. The 1848 revolutions, which swept across Europe, brought significant unrest to Germany as liberal and nationalist movements demanded greater freedoms, democratic reforms, and national unity. Although these uprisings ultimately proved unsuccessful in achieving their immediate goals, they helped to galvanize public opinion and create a sense of urgency around the question of German unification. In the aftermath of the revolutions, a group of visionary leaders, including Frederick William IV of Prussia and the Austrian statesman Felix Schwarzenberg, began to explore new ways of promoting cooperation and unity among the German states. Their efforts, though often frustrated by the complex web of alliances and rivalries that characterized European politics at the time, helped to keep the dream of a unified Germany alive, even as the forces of reaction and conservatism sought to maintain the status quo. As the mid-19th century unfolded, the forces of nationalism and liberalism continued to simmer beneath the surface of German politics, awaiting the catalyst that would propel them into action. This spark was provided by the diplomatic crisis of 1859, which saw Austria embroiled in a conflict with France and Piedmont over Italian unification. The resulting war exposed the weaknesses of the German Confederation as its member states failed to present a united front against the external threat. In the aftermath of this debacle, the Prussian government, under the leadership of King William I and his trusted advisor Otto von Bismarck, began to contemplate more radical solutions to the problem of German disunity. Bismarck, a master strategist with a deep understanding of European politics, recognized that the key to unification lay in the creation of a strong, centralized state capable of asserting its authority over the other German states. To achieve this goal, he embarked upon a series of diplomatic maneuvers designed to isolate Austria and create an alliance system that would favor Prussian interests. The first major test of Bismarck's strategy came in 1862, when he successfully navigated the complex web of European alliances to secure the support of Russia and France for Prussia's position on the Schleswig-Holstein question, a long-standing dispute with Denmark over the status of the duchies. The Schleswig-Holstein crisis ultimately led to the Second Schleswig War, fought between Denmark and a coalition of German states, including Prussia and Austria in 1864. The war resulted in a decisive victory for the German coalition, but it also exposed deep divisions between Prussia and Austria, which would eventually prove irreconcilable. As Bismarck astutely observed, the great questions of the day will not be settled by speeches and majority decisions, but by iron and blood. This conviction would guide his actions in the years to come. As he sought to forge a unified German state through a combination of diplomatic cunning and military force, the Austro-Prussian War of 1866 marked a major turning point in the struggle for German unification. The conflict, sparked by a dispute over the administration of Schleswig-Holstein, saw Prussia and its allies clash with Austria and its supporters. The war was brief but decisive, with Prussia emerging victorious at the Battle of Königgrätz on July 3, 1866. The Treaty of Prague, signed on August 23, 1866, formally dissolved the German Confederation and established the North German Confederation, a new alliance system dominated by Prussia. The creation of the North German Confederation marked a significant milestone in the unification process, as it brought together 22 German states under a single federal government. The Confederation was headed by King William I, with Bismarck serving as its chancellor. However, the southern German states, including Bavaria, Württemberg, and Baden, remained outside the Confederation, awaiting further developments before committing to the new alliance. As Bismarck navigated the complex landscape of European politics, he remained acutely aware of the need to balance Prussian interests with the demands of the other German states, all while keeping a watchful eye on the great powers of Europe. The Franco-Prussian War of 1870-71 would ultimately provide the catalyst for the final stage of unification. The war, sparked by a dispute over the Spanish throne, saw France clash with a coalition of German states led by Prussia. The conflict was marked by a series of decisive victories for the German army, including the Battle of Sedan on September 1, 1870, which resulted in the capture of the French Emperor Napoleon III. The war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Frankfurt on May 10, 1871, which imposed harsh terms on France and cemented Prussian dominance over the other German states. On January 18, 1871, King William I of Prussia was proclaimed German Emperor in the Hall of Mirrors at the Palace of Versailles, marking the birth of the German Empire. The new empire was a federal state, with Prussia as its dominant power and Otto von Bismarck as its chancellor. The southern German states, which had remained outside the North German Confederation, now joined the empire, and the country was finally united under a single government. The newly unified Germany quickly became a major power in Europe, with a strong economy, a powerful military, and a vibrant culture. Bismarck's leadership played a crucial role in shaping the country's early years, as he navigated the complex web of European alliances and rivalries. As he once said, "A statesman cannot create anything, he can only take advantage of the favorable moment," and Bismarck proved himself a master at seizing opportunities and turning them to Germany's advantage. As the years passed, Germany continued to grow and prosper, becoming one of the leading nations of Europe. The country made significant contributions to science, technology, and the arts, and its economy became one of the strongest on the continent. However, the legacy of German unification was not without its challenges. The country's rapid growth and industrialization created social and economic tensions, and the empire's authoritarian government faced opposition from liberal and socialist movements. Despite these challenges, the unified Germany endured, and its impact on European history was profound. The country played a central role in both World War I and World War II, and its legacy continues to shape international relations to this day. Today, the unification of Germany is remembered as a testament to the power of nationalism and the importance of strong leadership. The country's complex history serves as a reminder of the challenges and opportunities that arise when different cultures and identities come together under a single government. The legacy of German unification can be seen in the many monuments and memorials that dot the country's landscape, from the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin to the Nuremberg Castle in Bavaria. These symbols of German unity and strength serve as a reminder of the country's rich history and its ongoing role in shaping European affairs. As we look to the future, we would do well to remember the words of Otto von Bismarck, who once said, "The secret of politics is to keep the public from knowing what is going on until it is too late." In an age of increasing complexity and interconnectedness, understanding the past and its ongoing impact on our world has never been more important. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.